Hi everyone, it's me Mr. Fossil and I'm back with another video. Now this is not a theory, this is a new type of video, science videos. Now let's get started with this one. Now, what do you see here? Well, of course there's a map of the world, like that's simple enough. Now, in today's modern times, there are 7 continents. Now, you guys may have known that, but what if I told you that there might have been islands and continents in prehistoric times? Some of these lands may have been mythical or legendary, but there might have been one that might have existed. Zealandia. Zealandia is a lost continent that has actually been around for millions of years. It actually sank 40 to 50 million years ago for an unknown reason, and it broke off from Australia at the time, and it actually made up New Zealand. In this map, the grey continent right there is Zealandia, right next to Australia, and that little mark right there, that little dark grey, is today's New Zealand. People have always told stories of legendary lands and mythical lands that were unexplored by people, like the story of Mu, where an advanced civilization lived, but an earthquake destroyed it, and Lemuria, or where the city of Atlantis may have been. And the most famous and most well-known one of all, Atlantis, because some theories say it was an island or a city, but this is the most well-known one. Right now, these 3 lands remain unknown and probably mythical, or even legendary, but Zealandia might have been real. And I have proof to show that this news might actually be accurate. Right here is a newspaper cutout from an article. This all began when my dad was reading the newspaper and read it out loud to me. And I wondered, what was it? And he says Zealandia. I actually heard of the legend of Zealandia, along with other lands like Mu and Atlantis, and of course the Rio land bridge. And this continent may have been real. There was a recent expedition to do core drilling to this place. So that means this continent is 3,000 to 18,000 or 13,000 feet below the surface. And what they found was astonishing. It says 8,000 specimens of several hundred fossils by drilling ice cores were found, along with microscopic shells, which lived in the warm shallow seas of this continent, and as well as spores and pollen from land plants, signs that Zealandia was probably likely a warm place and much more shallow than today. About 94% of Zealandia is underwater. Now, there is a YouTuber I would like to mention. His name is Trey the Explainer. He makes paleontology videos, cryptozoology videos, and other science videos. Now, his most recent video was about what can be lost in our past, like any animals that we don't know of. Like, only 5% of the fossil record is known. 94% of it is unknown. He discussed creatures that could have existed, and even early civilizations before man. I think this is a video for him, because if this is true, we might have found something that was lost in our past. If you would like to go visit his channel, it's spelled like this, Trey the Explainer, Trey the Explainer, or visit my channel's playlist or whatever section that is on YouTube and find Trey the Explainer. He has a dinosaur icon. So and please watch his video if you would like. It's very interesting. So I think we have found something lost in our past. Now, since I could not find pictures of fossils of the things that they found there, what do you think actually lived on this continent? Maybe there were species that were only native to this continent and they all died out when this continent sank millions of years ago. Maybe strange life forms lived on this continent. And even on the other continents that we still have today, we have strange prehistoric life forms that went extinct. Like the buck-toothed Machikosaurus of Madagascar, which lived during the Cretaceous period. The spiral-jawed shark, Halicorpion, which lived from the Carboniferous to the late Permian period. The bizarre bat-like dinosaur Yi-Chi of China, which lived during the Cretaceous also. The long-fingered, plant-eating Therizinosaurus of China, of the Cretaceous. The large, spiked tortoise, of Australia that lived during the Pleistocene epoch. It lived right next to Zealandia. The weird, spiky creature known as the hallucigenia, which lived way before the time of the dinosaurs during the Cambrian period. This creature was very small. Psittacosaurus of China of the Cretaceous period, which had quills on its tail. Even though this is the only species that has quills so far, there are theories that all ceratopsians had quills like this. And Spinosaurus of Egypt of the late Cretaceous period. This one is actually weird because it was semi-aquatic and it was a pescivore, but not mostly pescivorous because it was an opportunist at scavenging. The shield-headed crocodilian Aegiasuchus of the late Cretaceous Egypt, and possibly the swimming iguanodon or hadrosaur Leduriosaurus, and of course the large camel-duck hybrid Dinochirus of the early Cretaceous Mongolia. After hearing all of these strange creatures that lived throughout prehistoric times all over the world, what do you think they'll find on Zealandia? Like, what kind of creatures? Maybe creatures more strange than these? Like I said, the only fossils that I've found are of spores from land plants, microscopic shells, and I think that's all. So no vertebrate creatures like dinosaurs or mammals. But it doesn't mean that they will find these creatures or won't find them. Maybe one day we'll find land-dwelling creatures of this lost continent. Who knows what the core drillers will drill up next? Maybe a skeleton of a large mammal that we never heard of, or even a strange dinosaur. We do not know. But this continent always wanted expeditions for a long time, for long years. And now we have finally been doing core drilling to find life in the lost continent of Zealandia, near its modern-day island, New Zealand. Alright guys, that is all for this video, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, after watching this video, I would like to hear something from you guys. Since core drilling has been going on in this lost continent, below the ocean surface, what do you think they'll turn up next? Besides the spores and shells, what kind of strange life do you think may have lived on this continent? Do you think strange mammals or strange dinosaurs? You can list your predictions down below in the comment section below, or even use your imagination, because who knows? Nature is imagination. Nature has a very big imagination spread all around. So, what do you guys think? Put your predictions down in the comment section below, because you'll never know what will turn up tomorrow. You never know what nature has created in the past. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you all in the next video. Bye. And who knows? Nature has a big imagination, and you don't know what's going to be discovered tomorrow. Okay guys, bye. Hope you enjoyed this video.